Hello, welcome to Red Ted Art and another little craft. Today I'm going to show you how to make these adorable and really easy paper baubles. Now when we first made these, I actually made them out of my children's, they were toddlers at the time, and we used their little sort of, you know, scribble painting that they did, so it was a really nice keepsake for us. Then a couple of years later I made them again and I included family photos on each section. So there's loads of different ways of doing this, and basically you just have to experiment and see what you've got. Now to make them, all you need is paper of some sort, some string of some sort, and the beads, to be honest, they're optional. You don't have to use them if you don't have them. So I've got different ones, some wooden ones there, some little, you know, the pony beads. So really it's just up to you. I've also got some circles. Now I've used what I would say is really, really pretty paper, but it's not expensive. I managed to find this great set in a shop called Tivia in the UK, and basically it's really thin, lovely paper, and they've got them plain or they've got them patterned, and I've basically made them using a combination of patterned and plain because I think it's quite nice to have a selection. Now the way to get your circles is you find a container or something like this little cup, and you draw a circle. Now I'm going to cut out 2 circles in one go. If you're doing lots of these, basically you can probably cut out, I don't know, probably up to maybe 8 circles in one go, depending on how thick your paper is. But you do want to cut more than one in one, otherwise you'll sit there for ages cutting. If you're a little bit less confident in your cutting skills, then do cut one at a time so that you get it nice and neat, and you know, see how you go. So I'm cutting an extra pink one by following, cut this off by following my line that I drew with my pencil, and I folded it over, so I'm doing 2 at once. Now for each bauble you will need 8 of these circles, and you can make them as big, the circles, or as small as you want. So really see what containers you've got at home, or what circular things you've got at home, and use those as a sample. So for example, you could use the lid of something. In fact, lids from a jam jar could work really well, or like I have this little cup. So really just have a hunt around and see what you can find. So now I've got 8 different little baubles. I'm going to start folding them in half. So you need to fold them all in half as neatly as possible. The other thing about these baubles, I've made them before as stars, and they look really sweet. It's exactly the same thing, but you just cut out star shapes first rather than circles, but the circles really are the easiest. So the stars look lovely. I've also done them as a little Christmas tree before, also really, really sweet. Now with this craft, the neater you cut, fold, well, draw, cut and fold, the neater your final ornament. But don't panic if you're not too neat. Now if you've got, like me, some stripes, you might want to have them going straight, or you might want them going diagonal. I've decided that I want them going a little bit diagonal on this pattern, but in these ones I had them going straight. So where you fold is important. So I've got all my folds like so. Last one. Like so. Now you need your Pritt stick or glue stick. Now glue stick's best because it doesn't make the paper go all wrinkly. And now I'm going to alternate a plain with a pattern, so one of each time, but it doesn't matter in what order they go, as long as you're, well, I think it's nice as long as you're alternating. So you've got your glue on one, and then you just put the other one on top like so. Make sure they're lined up. There we go. I'm going to just glue here, get glue all the way around. Now I need a plain one, and again I'm going to just line them up. Now glue all over. This time it's a patterned one. There we go. Glue all over. I'm keeping the pattern and the colour alternation about this, roughly the same. So I've got pink pattern, yellow pattern, and then pink pattern, and then I'm going to do red pattern. So in this one I had 3 different plain colours. On this one I only have 2 different, you know, it's really about what you want. You could have them, the plain ones, all the same. So keep going until you've done them all. Like so. I need plain. Make sure they're all nicely lined up. I think if you look, I've got a really, really old video where I've done these before with the photos. So if you hunt my channel down, you've got a really old, not so good quality video, because I did it about 4 years ago, but I might link it so you can see. So here we go. So now you've got this sort of concertina. So now leave that like that, leave the glue because you'll need it again in a minute. Get your string. I've got some baker's twine. Make it quite long. If you're going to add the beads, make it quite long because you need a bit of extra thread to be able to make little knots. If you're not using beads, you know, it's enough to just measure it like this and check that way. But I'm doing beads, so I want my first bead to be around here. I'm going to make a little knot like so, and then we're going to make another one because that's probably not thick enough to keep the bead in place. Like I say, I've made these without beads before. I was just trying to create a little bit of variety. So, oh, they should have gone on top of each other. Otherwise the bead won't stay. There we go. Nice thick knot. I love using baker's twine. Looks really nice for this sort of craft. So nice tight knot. Now I'm going to get a bead. Might do a green one. And now you need to do the same again, but at the other end. So I'm going to get another bead for the other end. I think I'm going to go for blue, or should I go for pink? If I can get the bead in. Okay, so now it's a bit tricky because you need to make sure that the string you're left with is the same length as your, you know, that it fits in between. So I need to put the knot about here. So this is where, you know, in terms of positioning your bead and your knot, you might want to get somebody to help you if you're not so good. So let's just see if that's about right. I think that's about right. I might do another little knot. Ta-da-da. Did I already say subscribe to the channel? Well, now's a good time. Right, make sure this fits. I think it does, so I can trim off the end. Now if you didn't get it quite right, you can always get another piece of string and have another go. You can also use ribbons, it doesn't have to be string. Right, so now the last step, so you give them all a nice, now I want to put glue all over this, right to the edges, and I'm going to put some extra glue here, and I'm going to put some extra glue here, so all around. And again, it's just a Pritt stick. Now fold it over like so, place that, and then just bring the last two pieces together and then pull the string over a bit so it goes right into the center. Right, so now make sure it's all nice and secure, then open up and you have made your very own Christmas bauble made out of paper. Now the great thing about these baubles is once you've hung them and dried them and you've used them on your tree, if you so basically you just need to arrange them so that they're nice and neat. If you then want to store them, all you do is for storing is you lie them flat like this, and you can store them in like this, and you can store them in a drawer, and then in the next Christmas when you get them out again, you pull them out like this and you've got a 3D ornament. That also means that they're really great for adding to, say, a Christmas card as a little present to somebody, because that would look really, really sweet. In fact, you could have it like this and put it on the front of a Christmas card and then give people instructions to open it up and hang it on their tree. So I hope you liked these little paper baubles. I think they're really sweet and really easy to make, and I do hope you have a go, and that we see you here on Red Ted Art again soon. Bye!